G'day guys, in the next couple of lessons we're going to talk about rocks or geology, and geology is the study of rocks. And you might not know it, but there's lots of different types, and all the rocks can be basically broken down into three different types. So those rocks that come out of volcanoes, we call them igneous, and the name sort of tells us a fair bit. Igneous actually means, it's Latin for of fire, and talks about the heat that make the rock. And one example I've got here of an igneous rock is this one. This has come out of a volcano, and this was the frothy material that came out on top of the rocks, on top of the lava, and that's called pumice, and that's really cool. I'll talk a little bit more about that shortly. Another type of rock that we classify all the rocks down into is sedimentary. Now, sedimentary rocks occur when little bits of material like sand and silt and gravel get weathered down, broken up and moved, and then laid down in layers, and I'll demonstrate that later too. And the example of a sedimentary rock I've got here is this is a conglomerate. Now if you have a look, you can see that it looks like this rock's got other rocks in it. It's made up of different kinds of rocks. See, there's one, and there's one, and there's lots of little ones in amongst them, and what we call the grey stuff that's holding it all together is a cement or a matrix. That's a sedimentary rock. Now, sedimentary rocks always have that cement or the matrix. Different kinds of sedimentary rocks include conglomerate, or sandstone, or mudstone, or siltstone, and there's lots of others as well. And then there's this other kind of rock. It's called metamorphic. Now, I don't know if you know what metamorphic means, or morph. In lots of cartoons, people morph, they change shape. And that's exactly what metamorphic means. Metamorphic means that this rock has been changed. Now if you have a look, you can have a close look at that rock. You can see that it's made up of layers, much the same as a sedimentary rock that's been laid down in layers, but it's a little bit shiny and it's really hard. What's happened is that this originally was a sedimentary rock, okay? And all the layers got laid down, and it was happily sitting there as a sedimentary rock. This used to be sandstone, and it had some impurities in there. It had some iron and rust and stuff in it. And then something happened nearby, like there was either a volcano nearby, or some lava flowed past, or it got lots and lots of layers on top of it, built up on top of it, and pressure, all the weight pushed down on it, and the pressure caused this rock to change. Now it could have been the heat, or it could have been the pressure. It caused this rock to change, and the matrix that was in the sediment melted or fused with the little bit next to it and the little bit next to it, and it became a metamorphic rock. Okay, so metamorphic rocks were originally, most of the time, sedimentary rocks, and they've been heated up or squashed under lots of pressure, which causes heat anyway, and changed into metamorphic rock. Now what we're going to do over the next 3 lessons is we're going to do 3 experiments on rocks, the different types of rocks. We're going to do an experiment on a metamorphic rock, or to try and replicate a metamorphic rock. We're going to do an experiment to replicate a sedimentary rock, and we're going to do an experiment to replicate a metamorphic rock. Now the really cool thing is that the result of our experiment, each time you're going to be able to eat. Okay, so we're experimenting with food to replicate the process of making an igneous rock, a metamorphic rock, and a sedimentary rock. We can't actually make them because it takes a long time and in some cases lots of heat which we can't get in our kitchen. And so we're going to replicate it using food. Okay?